All right, what's going on, y'all? Hope y'all are having a good day. I, like many of you, am anxiously awaiting the start of training camp for the 2022 NFL season. I believe it is going to be a rather exciting one. I think we're going to have a very good team. I think we have a very good chance to repeat as champions, though I don't know if we will. That remains to be seen. Whether we do, whether we don't, I'm not sure, but one thing I'm pretty confident in is that we are going to produce a very good team. I think the Rams are going to be very, very good this year. I think they will be a playoff team. I think we'll make the playoffs. I believe we will win the division. I believe it's going to be tough. I know San Francisco's going to come back with a vengeance. I know Arizona probably isn't exactly too happy with us at the moment, so I know they'll come out swinging. Seattle is a bit of a question mark. I think possibly they're kind of in a rebuild phase, so unless they do something crazy or surprise me, I don't really expect a whole lot from them this year, though I could be wrong. But it's just my initial thoughts on that. And we have had a pretty good offseason. We've signed a bunch of people. We've renewed contracts or extended some of our key players, which was key. And but I got to tell you, one of my favorite signings, if not my favorite signing, was when we signed the Seattle linebacker Bobby Wagner. The fact that when I first heard the rumors that he could possibly be available to us, I was very, very excited. I really, really wanted Les and the boys to come through and be able to get this deal done because I am a fan of the linebacker position. I always have been. I've always felt that the Rams, neglect is a strong word, but I just feel like they just didn't focus on building that particular position, specifically the interior linebackers, as much as they probably should have. In my opinion, I felt they've always been kind of a weaker position on our defense and on the team as a whole. No disrespect to Troy and Travian Howard, yeah, in this past year, Ernest Jones. I just felt like we just didn't necessarily invest too much in the position, and I always felt that our struggles against the run, and yes, I know we performed much better against the run in the playoffs, which I'm very proud of the team for, and I believe that will carry over to next season. However, the majority of the 2021 season, the first half, we really struggled against the run, and it just was agonizing to watch. If there's one thing I really despise, is watching my team get ran on for a bunch of yards and have a team just walk up and down the field on us and just beat us physically. I cannot stand watching it. I cannot stand it. And I feel like a big reason why that happened to us in the first half of the year last year in 2021 was due to a weakness at the linebacker position in the interior. I understand it is not the whole reason. I understand that, but it certainly was a contributing factor, and I believe it was something we need to address to strengthen, if you will, if we are interested in repeating as champions. And judging from all the roster moves and signing bonus, the extensions, it would appear that the Rams are, yes, serious about defending their title and winning the Super Bowl again, running it back, if you will. And Bobby Wagner, dude, when we oh my god, when we signed him, I was like doing backflips internally. I can't actually do that in real life, but I was like just in my mind, I was jumping on my couch and doing backflips. I was so excited because I just feel like the Rams. The biggest thing about this is I just feel like they finally understand some of the weaknesses on the team and they are trying to address it, which is, as a fan, because that's ultimately what I am, just like all of you. I'm just a fan. I'm no expert. I don't have the access to these players or anything like that. I'm just a fan. And speaking as a fan, the idea that they would build on positions that need addressing is encouraging. It is very encouraging. This is how teams are built for long-term success, for not just be able to have a good season here or there, but to build a successful franchise that could possibly stretch for many, many years, possibly a decade or more. Teams like the Steelers or, well, not necessarily the Cowboys as of late, sorry guys, but, just teams like the Steelers, teams like Green Bay, teams like that who have had long-term success. And everything I'm seeing is encouraging me into believing the Rams are on their way to that. And one of which was Bobby Wagner. He's a key piece, and I believe he is going to be the captain of this defense, and he will take our defense to the next level. And having said that, I found this interesting video here on the Rams website. It says top 3 attributes Bobby Wagner brings to the Rams. It was a segment that was filmed on the NFL Total Access Network. So what we're going to go ahead and do is watch this video. It's going to have Willie McGinnis, Bucky Brooks, and Robert Turbin kind of talk about Bobby and what he will bring to our team. And we will watch them kind of talk about the 3 attributes that he brings. And I will kind of pepper my thoughts in there as well as we are watching the video. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this.
Wagner, one of the new additions to the LA Rams this offseason. Hey, Willie, why don't you and the guys break down what he'll bring to the defending champs?
Thanks, MJ. And yeah, you played with Bobby Wagner. I've watched him for over the last decade, right? And when you talk about one of the biggest offseason acquisitions that is now going to be playing right across the street, a linebacker, what did that consist of? A guy that's patient, a guy that has good intuition, anticipation, a guy that's a good tackler, a guy that's smart, and a guy that can get people lined up and communicates really well. So when you look at Bobby and you look at some of his traits, we're going to try and break some of them down because he does everything so well. Let's start with play recognition, okay? Here's Bobby right here. Now, Turb, this is just a simple counter roll play right here. Watch Bobby Wagner, no false steps. He's scraping over the top. He's getting through traffic. And once he gets his hands around the running back, it's a done deal.
He's always been a short tackler. This is a pre-snap read on that last play on that counter row. Here's another one. Inside zone to the left side. Boom. Sees it coming. Doesn't get distracted by the tight end coming across, right? That can sometimes get linebackers distracted. Not Bobby Wagner. Knows what's coming before the ball's even snapped.
And he never loses leverage. Even if he takes a false step, he doesn't overcommit. It's just a little step, and then boom, he's right back into where he needs to be, making the play.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So, no, you talk about making plays, so you always like to talk about these guys dealing in the blitz. What do you see from Bobby Wagner when you watch him?
Man.
All right. Good stuff. So let's go ahead and go back to what Willie here was talking about. See if you guys can't see the screen at the upper left-hand corner there. The counterplay here. Here's Bobby. You guys can see my mouse. Play recognition. Bobby seems to be very good at this. He's a very high IQ football player. He can read things very, very quickly. He's and he can act on it quickly. He moves very smoothly. He's a vet. He's been doing this a long time. And it is not always easy to kind of decipher the play in real time because everything's moving really fast and it can be really difficult sometimes. But as you can see, he's down the side, but he doesn't overstep his boundaries too much. And as you can see, this offensive lineman kind of falls. That helps Bobby out. He kind of follows the running back. He doesn't over pursue. And then he meets him in the hole and he takes him out. Good. Very good play recognition by Bobby here. So now this is the next play against I think it's the Saints from what it looks like. And you can see doing a little bit of misdirection, Sometimes that's used sometimes to kind of give the defenders pause. Okay, so they do it right before. The idea, I would believe, is right before the snap, they have a guy come in motion, and the idea is the linebackers here or the defender as a whole will see that, and they go, oh my God, what's going on? What's going on? And they take one look, and all it takes is that quick second, and they're like a step behind. And then the Saints here will take the ball, and the idea is run up the middle. But as you can see, Bobby was not fooled because he is very good at play recognition, and you could just see him blow up. I think this is Kamara, actually. So I think this is Bobby right here. See, they put the guy in motion. They hike it. They hand the ball off. Bobby is not fooled by all this craziness on the left side here. He didn't follow him. He keeps his eyes where the ball is. They hand it off to Kamara. And I think the idea was for him to go up this hole, if y'all can see the mouse, and get a considerable gain. Bobby is not having any of it. Boom. Good stuff. Good stuff here. He's very good. Very good.
Bobby Wagner, when he's blitzing, here's an example right here. Again, we talked about his pre-snap record, everything well, but the thing that really stands out to me with Bobby is his leadership, his ability to galvanize guys. One of the things that I always struggled with, though, as a running back was being able to block Bobby Wagner when he's blitzing. Here's an example right here. Again, we talked about his pre-snap recognition. Boom, knows what's coming, knows where the line is going to be at. Goes in untouched to the quarterback right there. Here's another one. Lining up in the A-gap. Now, when you see Bobby in the A-gap, you know it's a problem right now, okay? Running back gets a good shot on him, but still can't hold him. That's what Bobby Wagner is. He can bull rush you, but he'll get that as well. That's what we call it, that and go around you and get to the quarterback. A very versatile, one of the most versatile linebackers.
We don't never want to wrestle with you guys. It's always trying to get to the quarterback, slip you, do whatever. Sometimes we got to go through you, which we don't want to do because you slow us down, but we always want to get around you, just so you know.
Look, you talk about linebackers. When I'm looking at linebackers, they need to be able to hit, run, but most importantly, they have to be able to cover.
Yeah.
All right. So this is one of my favorite sections here. This is what I love to see from Bobby is the blitzing. Bobby's very good at blitz. So let's go ahead and go back, rewind the clock a little bit. Take a look at this tape they got going on here. I think, who is this? The Jaguars? Is this Duval County's own Jacksonville Jaguars here? I think so. Here's Bobby right here. And we're going to go ahead and take a look at how skilled he is against the blitz and how effective this can be for us this upcoming season. Okay, so as you can see, they just showed us him blitzing. Here he goes again. He lined up right behind his D lineman here. Swung to... Lord have mercy. Okay, I'm blind, I guess. It's the Tennessee Titans that they are blitzing against. Bobby goes to the left here. Boom. Oh, my God. Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that beautiful? Look at that. Completely lays him out. Completely lays him out. I want to watch that again. Hold up. Okay, so there's the snap. Bobby's right here. He kind of goes around here and blows him up again. See, I love to see it. This is what I'm excited to see because I think Bobby can be utilized with his blitzing ability. Because we really don't see the Rams blitz up the middle too much. At least I haven't from recent memory. I haven't seen like our interior linebackers be able to do that because I just feel like it feels like sounds like I'm ragged on Troy Reader. I'm really not trying to, but dude was just a little too slow. Trust me, I'm not the fastest either, but I'm just saying, if you're going to blitz up the middle, you got to be quick. You got to get there with a quickness. And as you can see, Bobby's pretty good at that. Now this is Duval County's own Jacksonville Jaguars. And we're going to watch Mr. Lawrence here get blasted by Bobby. Here's Bobby right here, as y'all can see my mouse. They hike the ball. And, dude, this running back's going to try to block him, but it's just not going to work out. blows up Mr. Lawrence, takes him down for the sack. I want to see that again. Okay, here we go. Here he comes, y'all. Running back doesn't really do anything. Bobby is able to shed the block, and he takes Trevor down. So, very, very good at blitzing. I'm very, very excited to see the interior blitz. Something I feel that could be improved upon, and I think that it will this upcoming season. So, without further ado, let's go to the third and final.
Sometimes we got to go through you, which we don't want to do because you slow us down, but we always want to get around you, just so you know.
Look, you talk about linebackers. When I'm looking at linebackers, they need to be able to hit, run, but most importantly, they have to be able to cover.
Yes.
When you watch Bobby Wagner, he is exceptional in coverage. You talked about the pre-snap reads. You talked about the intuition. He does all of that. When you watch the tape, here's going to be a simple little check down. He's going to back out. He's going to get to his depth, but he feels where the receiver is coming back to him out of the backfield. Pattern recognition, he's all over it. And Willie, you've talked about such a sure tackler.
Yes.
Yeah. You know, I've played against Bobby Wagner. Here's another one right here in coverage, right? Drop it into a zone. Boom, boom. Recognize it. Boom.
And gets the pick.
It gets the pick, baby. One of the got great hands for somebody who's on the defensive side of the ball. No offense. No offense to you guys.
Linebackers can't catch.
I'm just saying, not like wide receivers. Not like wide receivers. You know, one of the things he does very well in coverage as well, those were two zone type plays, but in man, he can really cover. One of the things he does really well is gets his hands on you coming out of the backfield. If he's got you one-on-one, I've been in this situation against Bobby Wagner many, many times. We've had to actually go with the receivers and work off getting the press just because he gets his hands on you so well. And so he's a very smart, dynamic football player.
And it's tough to find these kind of guys, Buck. You've evaluated players at that position for a very long time. A guy that can play the run, a guy that can get everybody lined up, that's a student of the game, that knows, that can look at formations, make adjustments, and then no hesitation. Get to the play right now, and then a guy in coverage, a guy that you can use man-to-man versus backs and tight ends, or a guy in zone that's not one of these guys that's chasing guys but understands his job and where he needs to be.
Look, he's a prototypical Mike linebacker. He's a traffic cop with a nasty demeanor and a big bully attitude. And when you see him, he's going to set the tone. And so when I think about this Rams defense, Aaron Donald on the front end, Jalen Ramsey in the back end, and Bobby Wagner in the middle, they already won a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Imagine what it could look like this year.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to imagine that. And when Bobby came over, I was like, they were talking run it back and all those different things. And you got guys like Floyd up front, you got Aaron Donald, you got big pieces up front. And then now that helps the secondary. When you got a quarterback and a guy in the middle that can direct traffic, get guys lined up, it takes the pressure off of everybody. So we are going to be very excited to watch Mr. Wagner get to work across the street this year.
Sir.
All right, so let's go ahead and look back at this play they just showed us up here at this screen. Number 3, coverage. Bobby Wagner is very good at coverage, which is something I know that Sean and the boys are very happy about. This is a passing league now. Most teams like to pass. I feel like the most successful teams are able to do both and contribute the run game, but overall, this is a passing league now. So you have to be able, on defense, you have to be able to cover. Bobby's very good at covering for a linebacker, which is amazing because with linebackers tend to get picked on a little bit just because they're generally not very good at coverage. They're usually, bigger, a little heavier footed. They can't really, they don't have that quickness, that short area quickness to keep up with the receivers. A lot of times they'll use a super athletic tight end, like George Kittle, to have kind of a mismatch on linebackers. It's a good way to expose them. But Bobby is pretty good at covering, as we just saw, and we shall see again. My phone's blowing up. Here's Bobby right here. Whoop, whoop. There he is in coverage. He recognizes the receiver, sees him, closes the gap, takes him down. Beautiful. Beautiful work. I want to see that again. Hold on. There's Bucky Brooks talking about things, talking about Bobby. All right, so let's take a look here. There's Bobby. The guy drops back to pass. He stays in his lane. He sees the man, closes, takes him down. Great. I love how much he is such a good tackler. He is such a good tackler. And that is another thing that the Rams in the past have struggled with. Okay, once again, like I said, we improved upon this later in the year in the playoffs when we needed to win the Super Bowl. Yes, I believe that will carry over, but it is something the Rams historically have struggled with, is tackling. And now we got someone in here that can cover and tackle, and they're very solid at both. This is incredibly encouraging. I love it. I think we're going to have, dude, we might have a top-tier defense next year. I'm very excited for this. Okay, so here's against the Panthers. Here's Bobby right here. Drops back, sees his man, cuts in front, bam, interception. Beautiful. One more time. Let's see it one more time. See if I can. Here comes Bobby. Whoop. Interception. Beautiful. Beautiful. So that's going to be it for now, guys. Those are just 3 things Bobby Wagner's will attribute to help us. I believe this is one of the best, if not the best, acquisitions that the Rams made in the offseason here. One, you can make the argument for Allen Robinson too as well, and he is definitely going to be solid. Don't get me wrong. I love that signing as well. But dude, Bobby, defense wins championships, and dude, if we can get ourselves like a top 5 defense, and we have Matthew Stafford, Cooper Kupp in year 2, Sean learning the things he learned from last year to have a more balanced attack, not just go into the empty sets and pass 40, 50 times a game, but to keep a balanced attack. Now that Sean knows this from the get-go, I am so stoked at what our team can provide this year. Bobby's going to be such a difference for us, and he's going to play so well, and it's going to be fun to watch. It's going to be very fun to watch. This is going to be fun. So, Rams fans, enjoy this, because we don't know how long this is going to last, all right? So, enjoy every minute of the successful team. Enjoy every game. Try not to look too far ahead. That's what I try to do. I don't like looking too far ahead. I only like living in the moment, living for training camp, living for that first preseason game, then the first regular season game against the Bills, and then so on and so forth down the season. So, that is going to do it for today's video, guys. I will catch you guys on the next one, and as always, go Rams.